Until you, I didn't know who I was. Until you, I didn't know what I lost. Until you, I didn't know love could hurt so bad. I didn't know it would break me and take everything I had. Till you.
It's Chrissy Poppin', you beautiful humans. My name is Ariane Andrew.
I'm Matt Dillon, and welcome to another piping hot episode of Sippin' the Tea Quarantine, where we what, girl?
We sip the tea and our guests
Spill that
tea.
Yeah, we're not singers by any means.
Always leaving me hanging.
I just love to hear your tones, darling, your tones.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, who you got over there?
We got Miss Mama as usual.
Have little Glitty.
Where is Glitty?
Right
All right,
here.
I'm gonna put her down so I can give this lady within the box here the introduction she deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, coming from Ireland, I believe, right now, live and direct, she was 1/5 of the mega group who holds a special place in my heart, my little gay heart. The Saturdays, Una Healy is here. She has a new single, Until You. She's got fashion lines, she's a mummy, and I think she might still be in quarantine because she just left the UK to come to Ireland. So welcome, my love.
Oh, thank you so
girl.
much. How are you doing?
We're doing good.
Good.
Monday, fresh start to the week. So, you know, we are living.
Yeah, it's I'm here in Ireland, and it's actually a bank holiday here, so it feels like a Sunday. Do you know that way?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a lazy day for me today, you know. But yeah, Mondays are good. A lot of people always go, "Oh, Monday, boring." But I actually think it's nice, as you said, like fresh start. You
Fresh
kinda think,
start.
well, we put the last week behind us now, moving on, you know.
Exactly. Even though this does
Yeah.
air on Tuesday, you know.
Okay.
It airs on Tuesday, but we're filming it on a Monday, so just kicking off the week with a bang. So, girl,
Yeah.
tell us, quarantine 2020 has been an interesting year. We're just gonna say that. You know, you were in the UK for 13 years. You're now back in Ireland. So let's shed some positivity instead of focusing on the negative. What have been some positive takeaways you've had with being in quarantine, and you know, like, what are some positive things?
Yeah, because a lot of people are obviously complaining about the whole thing, but at the end of the day, we all have a duty to look after each other and protect the vulnerable and everything. So I don't think anyone should be complaining about it. Like, we're actually doing the right thing by staying in. But I have to say now, just one negative. So boring. Oh, the boredom really kicked up. It was like Groundhog Day, you know, every single day. Like, I know we had to do it, but I'm just such a people person. I love being around people, so I find it, you know, it's like every conversation I was having for like, I don't know, 3 months was just through Zoom, and you just wanted the company, you know. So I was quite lonely over there with my two kids, just not having that adult company. So it's just the three of us, you know. I was missing that. But no, I'm delighted to be back here at home in my home, because like, even though I was in the UK for 13 years, I always call Ireland and my hometown home, and I think it will be forever, no matter where. I don't know where the next road is going to lead me, but I couldn't think of anywhere better to be right now with everything that's going on and the uncertainty of maybe a possible other lockdown than to be here with my family, you know.
So
I
true.
think that couldn't be better said. I think you're in the right place for the right time, and you know, the world is evolving, and who knows what the rest of this year is going to look like. But you know, you've got your kiddos. You're back in you're back in the hometown. So you know, blessings to you to you know, and you've got a lot of shit going on, girl, even during a pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, no, my kids are actually, at the moment, they're with their dad in Connecticut. So I'm missing them like crazy at the minute, to be honest. But it's important that they spend time with him as well, because he hadn't seen them since Christmas. So it's quite a long time.
I mean, the world took a deep change, girl. It took a deep change.
Yeah.
A massive change, like very different now this time last year to right now. Like, I couldn't think about it. That's why I like the fact that we can't really predict too much ahead, because you always get asked that question, where do you see yourself, what are you doing? And it's like, now it's like, do you know what, I haven't got a clue. And you know, and I kind of like it, you know. It's nice for a change. Like, I want to do this, and then I want to do that, and all these, like, you can set goals all right, but I think people put a lot of pressure on themselves like, you know, too focused on that and not living in the moment.
Yes.
So I think we need to just live in the moment a bit more, not like wish our lives away. That's what everyone's doing, you know?
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Beautifully said. Well, speaking of a life well lived, because this is a cute little interview for me, because, you know, you're part of a group that was iconic, I would say, and I think Americans would know you. You had a show on E, you released the album here the Saturdays, and I think for me, I saw you girls, and I think we were talking in the DM last night, at the I couldn't remember where I saw you. I was like,
the High Line, yeah. Well, it was a highlight. Yeah, it certainly was. It was amazing. Like, and we had, did we have Sean Paul come out on stage as well?
I think you had you were filming for the show, so you had a full experience.
Yeah, we did.
But I want to know what so much happened in the group. What is like the highlight for you? When you look back, is there moments of time that you're like, wow, I can't believe we did that?
I think the highlight for me of all the years while we're together was having a baby, like during it. Like I actually had my 2 kids while I was in the group, and I did 2 tours while pregnant. But, you know, having my children is always going to be the highlight of my life. But while in the band, I think the pinch myself moment was doing the E show. I couldn't believe we were like on a Sunday evening before the Kardashians came on. I was like, what is this girl from Tipperary in Ireland doing on before the Kardashians? Like, it was but it was a lovely experience. We lived in downtown LA for 3 months, and we filmed like every day. And there was a huge production crew there for the 5 of us. And we're just so like down to earth and like humble that we were like, why are all these people like filming us? Like, we're just normal, you know. No one had like no divas in the there was no room for divas in the band, I have to say, like, because we'd stopped that fairly quickly.
That's good to know. I like to hear that. I was no room for divas in life, but I was like, 5 girls together is a sometimes for crazy.
It could be, and especially because we were, like, as they say, manufactured, because we were put together. Like, we didn't start as a group, like, so like to pick 5 different people that, like, well, actually 2, Rochelle and Frankie were in a group before. They were in a group called S Club Junior, so they previously knew each other, but like as a 5, we were all strangers coming together. And yeah, it was just really lucky that we got on so well. But I would say, being out there and having our number 1, like, we had so many number 2s. It sounds funny, doesn't it? Like, number 1 and number 2, as if you know what they are. We had a lot of number 2s. But we had our first number 1 with Sean Paul, that song "What About Us," and that I guess was another pinch myself moment.
I'd give you a song of it, but you know, I ain't a singer, girl.
Oh well, we are waiting so long. I'm so I cannot do the Jamaican accent. Sorry, that was awful.
No, you are good. So I mean, now with like the transition of, you know, doing your own thing now, let's talk about your new single, Until You. What goes like behind the creative process? Like, when you're writing your songs, like, how is that creative process? Like, walk us through that.
So I started writing songs when I was 12. That's how I got into music, was actually through playing guitar and then writing songs. I was just compelled to write. It's not like it felt like, oh, I better start writing songs to be original. It just was all these thoughts and you know, feelings were inside that I wanted to get out and portray through music, which is actually, music can be so healing in a way. So like, it's usually, a lot of my songs are very sad. I need to start writing happier songs, but you know, I guess from the sad experiences you go, well, at least I got a song out of it, you know.
Right.
So Until You is another, you know, I'm going to speak positively about it now, but it's a sad song because obviously you miss this person that was in your life, and it's a breakup song, but it's about where you look back on it positively, thinking, I actually learned this about myself, and, you know, I can take away from it something from it rather than missing something. It's like, actually, I learned a lot about myself and about feelings and love, you know. But yeah, the song I wrote it in London in a studio with Fred Abbott and Harley Moon Kemp. So it was like 3 of us, a collaboration. And it's kind of like, it's really, that's another thing where you're thrown into a room and you're writing together, and you end up talking about your deepest feelings, like, and with strangers basically. And you know, it's quite nice. So you have to really open up when you co-write, because you have to tell the people what you're going through basically.
It's like therapy. You're like, hi, how are you? This is the shit that's happening in my life.
That's my form of therapy now. I don't see anyone first, but you know, but I'm feeling a bit down. Like, gosh, I'll go write a song and I'll feel better after it.
I mean, it's a beautiful song, and I think it's really connecting with people. And I listened to the lyrics, and I was like, yeah, there's always like sunshine in the rain. Like there's an evolution to everything, and finding your new normal through an experience in life. And I think everybody can relate to that. For me, I was like, that's the lyrics of Until You are really relatable.
Oh, good. That's what I want, because I don't ever want anyone to go, oh, she's telling her, like, basically reading her diary out. It's like, I want people to listen to it, and it's out there. The baby is out, and for everyone to adopt, because I want people to listen to it and go, that's my song. That's like a universal feeling, obviously. So I don't like to make them too personal. I kind of make sure that people can relate to them, and that's great to hear that. I'm glad that you can relate. That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, I mean, you're considered a Jill of all trades. You have so much going on. How do you find balance when you're juggling so many different things?
So to be honest, like my whole life has been a bit like that, you know, just it's all a big juggling act. And sometimes you drop the balls, you know.
True.
You pick them back up again, you know, and that's what it is. Like, I'm juggling away, and they're like, oh, one fell down, we'll go again, you know. So that's kind of how I do it. I just, you know, learn from my mistakes, try and move on. Like, obviously, I've had quite a few, you know, big experiences in the love life in the last couple of years, and I've learned from it, you know, and I've also learned to love myself a bit more, you know, and I think that's very important for people, and not in a conceited way, but just to like respect yourself. And for me, it's just put my kids first all the time. And that's what makes me happy. If they're happy, I'm happy, you know, that way. So, that's just a juggling act.
I love that. I think the way that you can take your experiences that you've been through.
And it's like someone said once, if you're going through hell, keep going. You know, just go through the hell. It's not going to be very nice, but you will get out. I would say to anyone that's ever had an experience like me, for anyone that might know, I was divorced this time last year, and married for 6 years, and I have 2 children from the relationship, which is the positive that came out of that relationship.
Very positive. Beautiful.
Yes,
beautiful. Yeah. Very positive.
Yeah. So, and I know that other people have messaged me before, and they're like, how do you do it? Like, and it's just time. It's hard and it's horrible, but it just takes a bit of time, really. That's what I would say to anyone.
I want to thank you for being open there, because I think your story, you are, especially in the UK, it's all that's a very tabloid, splashy, crazy, manic world. But I think the core of what you went through, and like being able to say like the blessings of my children, and even when you started the interview, like the dad hadn't seen them since December, and you're like missing them, but you want to give the balance.
They still need to see their dad. I completely, you know, you can't be selfish like that. And I think it's good to let go of any anger or whatever. It's just, it feels a lot better to move on and feel excited about your future and who potentially is out there for me, because I'm single at the minute, you know. So he's out there somewhere.
That, honey. Yes, single girl.
She's like, let me fix my hair.
Yes, so I'm single at the minute, yeah. If you're tuning in.
To release an upbeat song, because all the boys would be like, girl, she's like, come on now.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need to just write something happy and a bit like, come on, girls. Kind of a bit of a, like, I don't need a man. You know that one. Or,
I know that one, girl. I know that one. I want to talk about your, obviously, Ari brought it up. Jill of all trades, mother, singer, songwriter, radio host, fashion. What was it about shoes? Obviously, this could be a dumb question. It could be a really dumb question. She's like, shoes? What girl like shoes? Tell us about the collection.
Yeah, so I've got my own shoe collection called Una Healy Original Collection. They're available worldwide. We ship all over the world. And it's, you know, a lot of people are buying online now because some people are scared to go to the shops. Yeah. So yeah, I can pick them up online. We've got at the moment about 50 different pairs in the spring summer collection, and then we'll be launching the autumn soon, actually. But yeah, I just think I just love shoes, and I got into it actually through my uncle, who actually got me into probably music in the first place. Declan Nerney, he's like a very well-known country and Irish singer, and his partner has a shoe shop, and he was just in there one day, and he was like, he's my godfather as well, so I think he was thinking for me. He was going, do you know what Una should do? Shoes. And then we just met up with these. He saw it. He rang me up and he goes, you should put out a shoe range, and I went, okay, let's make a few calls, and we made the right calls, met with the designers and people who wanted to take it on. So, and it happened. So,
yes,
bit of a dream come true, really. You know, yeah.
And every girl loves
I
a
just love them.
shoe. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I've all sorts for everyone. Like they're not all massive heels. Like I've got like little small heels. Some people don't like to wear the big heels. Flats, trainers. Like we call them in Ireland, runners. Bit of everything for it. Bit of everything. I don't do men's now. That's the only thing. So you might have to squeeze your foot into a size 8 heel. You do that.
When I do my drag evenings, darling. You know.
Oh yes, yeah. We'll get you a pair.
So Una, I know that, earlier we talked about you're about being in the present, and yeah, it's great to set goals and all that stuff, but just living in the moment. But with that being said, and there is quarantine, can we expect a new album? What's next for you? Like, what are you
Number one question from the fans. They want a new album.
Oh, do they? New album. That's what I'm hoping to do. So obviously I've been bringing out a few singles here and there, but I want to put like a body of work together. And I actually like this it's a slightly new direction I'm going away from the folk and going a bit more pop kind of country. Obviously I host a country music show on Country Hits Radio. Yeah. And I've just grown so in love with the country music now that it's like, it's in my head. So like when I write a song, I'm always thinking in country world. And the great thing about, life experiences, I've got so much I can write about, but I want to be, as I said, I want to be in the moment, a bit more positive and excited about my future rather than being sad about my past, because I've had a couple of really sad
reflective. I would pre-frame that sad word and replace it with reflective.
Reflective. Okay, yeah. So looking back.
It's chapters, right? Forward without life, that's how your book, the chapter, every part has its chapter. And, if you didn't have the roller coaster ride, then you wouldn't be able to celebrate like all the amazing moments.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so true. Like you have to go, go right down to come back up. And there's only one way you can go when you're right at the rock bottom. And that's up.
And that's up. Yes.
At the rock bottom I was for a while, and I've come up on the way up now.
You're on the way up. On the
way up. On the way up. You're at today, so girl, just enjoy the roller coaster ride.
Yeah. No, that's actually what Emma Bunton from Spice Girls said to us girls. Like we were like, oh, can you give us some advice? And she was like, just enjoy, it's a roller coaster, but just enjoy it and try it. And she was basically saying live in the moment a bit more, because she said it was just gone so quickly.
Yeah.
It's like it never happened really. So I think
isn't that crazy though? It's like
I know
all of that, and I'm like the Saturdays were like mega, and now you're all in new phases of life.
Yeah.
How was your little social? Right. The other question fans wanted to know, they saw the social distancing little catch up you had with Molly and Frankie.
Yes.
Spill the tea, girl. They want to know. Reunion anytime?
We were just like, it was like old times. Like as I said, we genuinely just get on so well, and they make me laugh so much. And it was just like, we were just laughing. My face was quite sore after the evening because I was just laughing so much, they get me and I get them so much because we know each other. We're like sisters really, And I think anytime we all get together, it's like we never were apart. I won't say split because we're on hiatus, as they say.
Oh, look at that. There's your answer. All the fans. It's a hiatus.
It's a hiatus. I, for one, and I'll just speak for myself now because I can't talk on behalf of everyone else, but I hope we do a reunion. I would love to do one.
Put it into
I will let you in. Molly said she'd pull on the tights again, and I was like, I'm dying to get them blue tights on again.
The Pussycat Dolls are coming to the UK, so you could do like a little situation.
Well, maybe. Yeah, we could just
bring them all together.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, we'll see. Hopefully now, yeah. When the time's right. When everyone
we don't know how that's going to look in terms of music and performing and all that crazy.
I know, it's really sad times. And, I read on the paper over here, someone like in the government said something like, oh, it's time for musicians just to go and get a real job. I was thinking, what an awful thing to say, because, we're providing entertainment, but also all the people in hospitality that work on the tours, that, you know, there's so many other people involved in music. It's not just a self-indulgent thing. It's you're given, it is a job, but I thought that was an awful thing to say. And I feel awful for all the people who have lost their jobs. You know, so it's hard times, and it's sad. It's kind of like, you know that song American Pie, when it goes, not this'll be the day I die. No, the day the music died. You know, it's like the day the music has kind of died a bit. You know, I know we can still release, like I'm bringing a single out, but the performing and getting out on stage and connecting with a crowd, like it's so sad that we can't do that anymore for now.
It will happen though. It will eventually happen. Yeah. You know, but just for now.
They'll have to find a way around it. Like they're just going to have to, because
if they can work out how to play sports, I say sports is the first thing. Music is central to everyone's psyche and being. Without it, I think we're not complete humans. Whether you're the artist or the purveyor of the art, it's got to come back. Because I need to go to a concert. We need to jam out. We need to dance. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Oh, we will. We'll get there. PMA soon, hopefully. Well, the vaccine might come out, and then we'll be grand.
Well, do you want to go ahead and kick off the rapid fire, Matt?
All right, we're going to do some rapid.
I'm useless at these, by the way. I'll just tell you now. I'm always like, I never thought of that before. Oh, no. I'm actually scared.
Well, that's why we want to catch them off guard. So rapid,
okay.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
If you could have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive, who would it be?
Okay, so my number one would be Sheryl Crow. She is my idol. I went to see her. I was at Glastonbury. That was another bucket list thing. So like, to see her at Glastonbury in the sunshine on a Saturday, I was like, I'm in heaven right now. So she'd be there, definitely.
Okay.
Who else would be there? I'm just thinking dead or alive. See, that's a good one.
Open it up.
I could bring someone back. I'd probably bring back Elvis.
Okay.
You know,
the
stories he would have, like, can you imagine like what it was to be Elvis like?
Your last one.
A legend, yeah. So I'd have the pair of them there. And let's just throw someone different into the mix. Probably a comedian, I'd say, just to keep us all laughing. And I love, one of my favorite comedians is Ricky Gervais. Do you know him?
Now that would be.
He's just
that would be. That's a concoction for a good evening.
Yeah, because he'd walk in, and he'd be like, because he's so funny, because like his character that he plays is always a bit awkward, and he'd be this is a bit awkward. We don't know each other. What are we going to talk about? And he would just break that kind of uncomfortable feeling. I imagine he'd be great crack. So,
all right. So those are the 3. Now, if you had a superpower, what would your superpower be?
Well, you might know this one from the video Ego. When in the Saturdays we had a song called Ego, and we all had a superpower. And mine was fire. So I was able to set him on fire. I won't say I would like that as a superpower. It's like,
hang on a minute.
I'm like in real life, girl. You.
No, that's not right. No. If I really could, I would love to be a fly on the wall.
That's
a really small, like a tiny one, like, you know, not one that they're going to swat you down. Like to be there listening in, and like at certain times you have to go, I want to know what they're talking about. If your ear starts to go a bit red, that means they're talking about you. Go, right, fly on the wall wherever they're talking about me.
Right.
I like that.
So that would be it. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up with one last rapid. If you had a time machine, what era would you choose to go back to? Or are you comfortable? Or
the future?
Or, well, you know, we just have to keep living life as it is. But I have to say though, I loved my childhood, the 80s. Like, I just think everything was just so retro and cool. And yeah, I think I'd probably, be a child, you know, because I think it's just like, you'll never feel like you did ever again, and the innocence of being a child. And I think everything's so exciting, and everything's the first time, you know, and just simple pleasures. And I think that's what we're gaining from this whole experience, that we're starting to enjoy simple pleasures again, aren't we?
Just like going to go get food. Like I'm so excited to go eat at a restaurant.
I know.
Yes.
And you're all bringing out the big child in us again. We're like, I'm at a restaurant. Woo! You know.
I actually think there's no better way to end the interview, because that's actually the thing. Hopefully we can all still remember to appreciate the feeling we're all having now, and not go too fast to go back to where we were, because it wasn't working before.
It wasn't. You're right.
Normal was not working. So
it wasn't. Something had to happen. Yeah, something had to happen. Now, I would say it's very awful that people are passing away because of, which is really, really sad, you know, but we want to stay positive, don't we? And that's what we have to do, carry on.
Totally. Well, girl, let everybody know where they can follow you at, where they can get your music. Go ahead, spill the tea.
Yeah. Okay, so spilling the tea now. You can catch me on so I'm Una Healy, so it's UNAHEALY, and I'm across all platforms. So you know, I was going to say MySpace. Going to say MySpace.
She
what am
just
I like?
took it right back, girl.
Oh, I took it right back. I must be like reminiscent here. No, not MySpace. It doesn't even exist anymore, but it was Una Healy. I remember the MySpace music page.
Yeah, the 5 top friends in MySpace.
Oh yeah, and it used to change as well.
Right?
You could always tell if someone was seeing someone because they'd be in the top friends, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then, and then as a musician, you couldn't have in a relationship, but you'd always have whoever you were with in your top friends.
Yeah.
So, you know, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. And I've actually joined TikTok as well, but I've only done one video. That's like doing the near, you know, the little dance.
Yes.
We might not be able to check the TikTok out sometime soon because it looks like we're getting TikTok banned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, do you think it's going to go away?
That's a whole nother story, though.
That's another one. Yeah, we won't go into that today. But I'm Una Healy, and all my, you know, you can follow me and you can see what I'm up to, and
The whole nine.
Fashion, radio, the whole thing.
Everything's all there. All my links are there to my Spotify, my shoe range, country hits radio as well, and all that. So yeah, if you want to,
we'll be checking it out, girl.
We will. Where can everybody follow you at, Matt?
They can follow me at Matt Dillon 1983, of course.
And you can follow me across the board at Ariane Andrew, and we will catch you guys same time, same place on another episode of Sippin' the Tea Quarantine Style.
Let's jam it out a little bit.
Never thought I'd settle down. I wandered for